How's it going? I'm Twovula, and this video is definitely not overdue. Jack Stauber, one of internet's most goofiest musical artists out there. I've already made videos reacting to his two most popular albums, Pop Food and Hilo. And in this video and any future Jack Stauber videos after this one, we're gonna go through his not as well-known stuff. And in this video specifically, we're gonna go over Jack Stauber's debut album, Finite Form. Now, I believe he made this album when he was 17 or 18 years old, which making a full-ass album at 17 years old, that's pretty impressive. Because when I was 18 years old, turning 19, I started a Let's Play channel. That's what I was doing when I was 18. And while I'm not like super familiar with all of his older stuff, I am somewhat familiar with this album. I come back to it way more than Viator, which we'll get to that album when we get to it. But yeah, this is Jack Stauber's debut album, Finite Form. 8 tracks. Starting with the first track, Smooth. We're not even 10 seconds in, and I can already feel the vibe of what this album is going to be. I mean, just look at this album cover while listening to half of these songs, and it makes sense.
Go around the autumn sky, and often we would fly above, arms out on the freezing sun.
Even as a young teenager, Jack Stauber had an amazing voice. And of course, it doesn't sound as fully developed like it does in his future albums, but I mean, still, sounds better than anything I could be doing now.
You took a downward bend, I swung you back again. Learn, takes a lot to watch a person breathe.
Now I've said this for every Jack Stauber album I've made a video on, and I'm probably going to say it for every Jack Stauber video I'm going to make in the future. I'm not really going to be trying to understand exactly what the lyrics are saying because, I mean, it's Jack Stauber. 99% of the time, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Those legs of us trying hard, even though we kept trying. Smooth hands that I've been stripped of. I knew the ground till I was flying.
I really do like the reverb or whatever effect is on his voice that makes it feel very, like, spacious, I guess. Again, like I said, listen to this song and look at the album cover. It kind of, like, brings it together a little bit, at least it does to me. I think the only thing that I would really complain about this song is the drumming. I do understand. This was made when he was like 17 years old, super young, sounds very amateurish, but does the offbeat drums really get annoying after a while. Man, love it when he's like harmonizing with his own self in the background. Oh wow, I like that line. When it reached the sky, it was a mile high, I'll always know there's ground below. That's actually kind of sweet in a way. But I'm not here to talk about song meaning. I'm here to talk about if I liked it or not. And honestly, yeah, I liked this song. It's very nice into kind of getting you into the album, I guess. The song it just sounds very spacious, and when you look at the album cover, it really shows what I think the vibe that Jack Stauber was trying to go for. And yeah, it does sound very amateurish. The drumming in some parts is like slightly offbeat, that it kind of irks me a little bit. But yeah, as a first song on his first album that he made when he was 17 years old, it's pretty good. Now, I guess I should explain my ranking system. But just like a song where I think it's ass, it gets this knockoff bootleg Chinese gaming system. I'm surprised it still fucking works. I actually have another one on my desk. This one also works. If a song's just okay or I think it's mid, it gets the mumbo sauce. And if I like it, it gets my favorite pair of glasses. It used to be my favorite sunglasses, but those have since been put to rest, and I don't know where they are. But yeah, Smooth. Great introduction into the album. Anyways, on to the next track, Windrag. Ooh. I don't know if you can hear it in the video, but ooh.
No flight tonight on the red set airline. Red alert below, the hurt will go.
God damn, do I love just the synths going on in the background. I love how he's layering his voice. Like, I can tell there's like at least 2 or 3 different like voices he's putting on going on inside like the song, and it's like, I don't know, it gives my brain a gasm.
The station captain that the pilot's still alive.
I guess the plane crashed.
I used to listen till the morning. Then crash landing came without warning.
I know I complained about the drumming in the last song. Honestly, it's pretty good here, I'm not gonna lie.
Red alert below, the hurt will go.
Man, that droning synth in the background, it's like making the whole song for me. I've never been on a plane, but I can just feel myself in the situation of the song that's going on.
That the pilot's still alive.
I don't know if I have to say it, but yeah, I definitely like this song. Again, it's just the whole vibe. It's just so great. The eeriness to it, like it's like a very bittersweet sounding song, I guess. Everything like around the song, inside the song, is just what really like captures me. I mean, compared to the first song and that song, it's like Windrag just sounds slightly more professional. I don't know. I don't know if I'm the only one who feels that way. There's just a level to the production that Windrag just feels like it has a step above Smooth does, which hey, I'm not gonna complain about. Right on to the next track, Runaway.
Keep your distance, that's for sure. You led me to believe you're an open door, but when I reach for your hand, no, I learned otherwise.
I don't know how this man has the voice he has. Like, I envy it a little bit. Just the way he's like, "You're an open door." Like, I don't know. Just the way he says it. It just, mwah.
You landed fiction out in paperback. 800 pages, like from the top to the bottom.
Just the way that he just went, on this, the word pages.
And I read every last one. When I'm nice, you're disinterested. When I'm an asshole, you're offended.
He said asshole! I know Jack Stauber has barely sworn in a couple of his songs before, but just hearing him say asshole, it feels wrong.
You're in love with a prize, she's with no catch. You're perfect. Runaway.
See, I think this is the first song on this album where I can just kind of see what he's talking about without actually having to think about it. And if I think about it, it sounds like he's talking about a girl or someone he's into, he's not being able to catch, you know? Runaway. The person he's after is a runaway. Like he's trying all these different things, but nothing's working to catch her attention. Like nothing he does is working. Especially compared to literally everything after this point. This is like the most direct lyrics that Jack Stauber's ever written.
You're never gonna lock you down. Always gonna be around. But all else slow. Wait up for me. You're too late.
See, I always thought it was "You're the perfect runaway," but he's calling her Runaway, like as a nickname, like "You're perfect, runaway. You're to blame, runaway." Like, comma, runaway. I've never noticed that until I'm actually reading the lyrics.
Did my best. I tried my best to warm you down, but you froze my thermometer.
Thermometer!
Good time is a magical thing, like this curse that you put on it. If you are willing to give me yours, why should I waste mine?
Oh my god. He tried to be there for her. He tried to do everything he can for her. He tried to do everything for her, and it's just not working. So why try? I really do like the whole message of this song. It seems like he's singing about being fed up with someone he's been trying to chase this whole time. I mean, literally, he says, "You're a lure with no prize, a chase with no catch." And like I said, this is probably one of the most direct songs he's ever made. You don't have to melt your brain down into a stew to try to understand the song. Like, it just makes sense. Your time is a magical thing, like this curse that you put on me. If you aren't willing to give me yours, why should I waste mine? He's been putting in this time into this person, and they're not reciprocating any of the feelings. And not that they have to reciprocate his feelings, but that feeling of frustration when you put your time into anything and you get nothing out of it, that feeling alone is what makes this song relatable. But yeah, goes without saying, these get my glasses. Honestly, so far this album has only been getting better. I wonder how long that's gonna last. Right on to the next track, Mindsight. This song isn't even 2 minutes.
Return to your house and over the eastern waters. Sun shines, our roses
Oh my god. I love this man's falsetto.
Are you coming back? Okay.
Oh my god.
Wander around, seeing places that I know are unfamiliar.
I mean, compared to the last 3 songs, this is just like a very nice break from what we've been listening to up until this point. Oh my god, dude, his falsetto, the way this man's voice functions just tickles my brain.
Mystery is festering all around. It can change you.
Okay.
I don't want the responsibility.
I don't know who's screaming. I don't know who hurt them. It's a very nice touch to this song, I gotta say.
Are you coming back? Okay.
Oh my god, it's the best part of the song.
Destiny can capture me like a fog. It can change for us.
Okay, I have no idea what that song's about. I don't even care what that song's about. It gets my glasses. It's a little bit of a lighter glasses because I would never return to that song ever. But for the album, it is just a nice, like, stripped back moment on this synthy album. I don't know. It's a nice pace breaker, I guess. On to the next track, Misled. Ooh, the panning. There it is again.
Afternoon mass light. Why your eyes so red? Something need be said, or pretty soon you're dead.
Why is Misled gonna die?
That's why for love you adore. Won't be taken anymore. Get your feet
actually took me a long time to really get into this song. This is the longest song on the album. It's over 5 minutes long. It's very, very slow. Even slower than Windrag. But man, when this part, which was, I forget what it's called, but like a voice box or something, or I don't know, the effects on his voice. I think it's called a voice box or talk box. I don't remember. Oh my god, does it just sound so cool. I used to hate it, honestly. It took me a while to appreciate this song. And this part's even better than the previous part. This is one of those songs that you're just laying in your bed, just flat on your back, arms out wide, legs just spread agape, and you're just staring at the ceiling, or with your eyes closed, whichever's preferable, and you're just you're like this album cover, which I know I keep mentioning, but it's just a fun album cover. Wow. Every time I remember this song, I always forget how much I like it. And if I did have any criticism of the song, is it does kind of just go on for a little bit too long. But the way that Jack Stauber is able to just put so many feelings into the layers of this song, it astounds me, especially with this album when he made it at 17 years old. It is kind of goofy just hearing Jack Stauber say, "You need a therapy." It's kind of goofy, but it works. It works! On to the next track, Trust Flower.
Sarah was a girl like dope and doors. Chemicals wash on guilty shores. She knows that locks are frequent like your toasted crumb.
Huh?
Staring games won't freak her out. Took this book and read about how all you need in life is satisfaction. Ask for kindness, still it rains. Ask for mercy, still it pains.
Back up from the mic. Back up from the mic. We can hear your peas.
She'll ever think to pick the flowers from the tree.
The beginning bit sounded really cool, and then when we get to the second part, the juxtaposition between the first synthy bit and I don't even know what you would call the part where he starts saying, "Ask for kindness." Like, I'm getting some clashing vibes, you know? Odd choice. If it was me, I wouldn't have done it, but yeah, it does not sound that good.
Mirror glasses getting dull. Doesn't know she's beautiful. Don't lean into her, she will contract love. Ask for kindness, still it rains. Ask for mercy, still pain. Wonder if she'll ever learn. Wonder if she'll ever think to ask for kindness.
I have no idea what he was thinking when he was adding this part. Holy shit.
Ask for kindness, still it rains. Ask for mercy, still pain. Wonder if she'll ever think to.
The first bit with the doom 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 doom, like that whole bit was just, it was fun, like, you know, nothing groundbreaking, but it was fun. And then you get to the ask for kindness part, like, holy shit. And then it just keeps going on and on and on at the ending. I feel like he had the two ideas of, you know, the juxtaposition between like the fucking synthy ass lead like part and then the ask for kindness part. He didn't know how to put them together, and so he just put the second part in over like half the song. I don't know. The first part of that song, really great. The second part and like the majority of the song, not that great. I'd get If it didn't have that opening bit in the second part where it comes back to the same sound of the opening bit, I don't know if I would like any part of that song. It does not sound good. This is like the first time where his voice actually annoyed me. But yeah, no, just because you have an idea doesn't mean it's a good idea. And this is the first instance where I would say that was a bad idea that he had. But again, man, that first part fucking fucked so hard. I don't know why he had to fuck it up at the end, you know? Anyways, on to the next song, The Diverge. Getting PTSD from Viator. Starting to get a little intense. Wow, I'll be honest, I completely forgot this song existed. And I'm kind of glad I did, because I did not expect what I just listened to. I remember the feeling of what it felt like listening to this song for the first time more than I remembered this actual song. I was starting to get some PTSD from listening to Viator with just the guitar strumming. Then it kept going and it kept going, and the feelings just kept building up, and then at its peak, the pinnacle climax, this man started fucking spitting. The lyrical content wise, I don't have a fucking clue, but the way this man puts his heart and soul into what he's saying, it makes me want to care, makes me want to give a shit. Ugh. Would I ever come back to the song? Probably not, but the idea that he's laying out in this song, I feel is more important than this song itself. I'm giving it an honorary glasses. I did enjoy what I listened to, and the emotion was there, but I can already tell I'm starting to forget what I just listened to, because at the end of the day, it was just some guitar strumming. It went from quiet to loud to quiet, and he just goes in the background. I like the ideas on this song. But as a fully realized song that I sat for 3 minutes and 1 second listening to, is it 3 minutes and 1 second that I want to come back to and listen to often? No. But the 3 minutes and 1 second that I just sat here listening to it, I really do appreciate. Alright, on to the last track, Curl.
If you're just try, can I tell you just give me injury, just try. Can I tell you just are you coming on to me? When I took the master key, you're higher than a star.
I loved how choppy it was at the beginning. This is just something that Jack Stauber does, but just other musicians in general, I love it when they take lines and like edit it to make it sound weird. It just, I don't know, it tickles my brain. And Jack Stauber is a man that knows how to fucking tickle my brain. Capire bone temporo. Language is that? I specifically looked up Capire bone temporum and it pulls up curl. Oh, it's a Latin translation of the next line, grasp the good times. Oh, thank you, genius. Oh, so he just decided to go Latin just for the fuck of it. I'm gonna guess Vita Humanitas means seek humanity. I'm just gonna guess.
Yeah.
do think the Latin is a fun choice. It just adds to the weirdness of the song, which, if anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be Jack Stauber.
Will it give me injury? Just can I tell a lie to you? Just are you coming on to me tonight? When I took the master key, you're higher than a star.
Well, that was Curl, and I guess an extension, that was Finite Form. I guess I do appreciate that this album is so short, especially for the sound that this album brings and the amateurish nature of it. Like, if it went on for like 2 or 3 more songs, I would start getting bored. But I feel if anyone else tried to make music the way Jack Stauber does, especially for this album, the way that the things were made and at the age that it was made from, I feel if anyone else tried to do it, it would be so cringe. But the way that Jack Stauber does it, it still astounds me how a 17-year-old made this. But yeah, like I said, the choppy vocals, the like fun synths in the background, so catchy. It's so fucking catchy. That was also another song that took me a while to appreciate, and I think it was because of like the weird vocal effects and stuff on his voice. When I first heard that, it caught my attention, and it still catches my attention because I rarely come back to this album. But yeah, Curl, honestly, one of the highlights off of this album. Not my favorite, but for this album, it's pretty damn up there. Well, that was Jack Stauber's Finite Form. I always forget how much I enjoy some of the songs on this album. And I think some of that enjoyment does come from the realization that this was made by a 17-year-old. Like, if the Jack Stauber now, or I guess Jack Stauber when he released music publicly, came out with this, I would be super disappointed. But knowing that this is his first album that he made while he was a senior in high school, it lends itself a little leeway, you know? Like, there are a lot of moments where the pacing, the timing, I don't know, the way it was put together is just like too awkward for its own good. Some of the drumming, that one part on Trust Flower, like, there are moments on here that aren't necessarily bad, but definitely needed some more time in the oven. But again, I can forgive some things not being as well done because this was made by a 17-year-old. Like, I may not come back to most of these songs very often, but I respect the hell out of its existence. Now, while I am praising the hell out of this album, I do still have to admit, like what I was just saying, that this album does sound amateurish as hell. And it's something I appreciate about the album, and is also a reason I don't ever come back to it. I feel like if this album was remade by modern Jack Stauber, it would be so fucking cool. And that's what I'm thinking of giving this album like a 6-ish out of 10, which, you know, it's decent for what it is. That's how I would describe this album. It's decent for what it is. Now, compared to Jack Stauber's future 2 albums, Pop Food and High-Low, this doesn't even hold a candle. Those albums are great pieces of work. But as a starting point, this album is pretty damn good. Now, that's how I felt about Jack Stauber's Finite Form. Let me know how you feel about how I felt about this album in the comment section below. And while you're down there, if there's any other artists you'd like to see me react to, also let me know while you're down there. And as always, hope you have a good day, a good night, and hope to see you in the next one. See ya.